Hello, Nigezza here from nigezza.blogspot.com, here today with another project. If you saw my little 2x2 boxes, you will have seen how I coloured this DSP. Well, I did it on a bigger box as well. Same principle, but just made a bigger one. This is a bit of retired ribbon that ties it up, and you've got a nice big box there that's 4x4 by 2 deep, so you can get a nice sizable gift in there. So I'm going to show you how I made this, but I'm going to change the colour up this time. Right, to make this box I've used extra thick Very Vanilla, and I've cut one piece at 8x8, so you'll be able to get this out of a piece of A4, and then the other piece is just a 1/16 of an inch smaller. Okay, so this will be the lid and this will be the base. I'm just going to show you how I put one of them together because the top and the bottom are the same. So we're going to score this at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So that's going to give us a box that's 2 inches deep, but it's 4x4 footprint. So I'm just going to fold and burnish all those score lines, and I say you would do exactly the same for the top and the bottom, still scoring at 2 inches on all 4 sides, but it will be that smidge smaller so that it will fit in. Okay, so then put my scoreboard away, and we are going to snip up all these straight edges and then just notch in like so, and we're going to do that all the way around. You can rotate or you can do 2 on the same side, doesn't really matter with this, only really matters when it's a cube, but I just like to rotate anyway, so I find it a little bit easier. Loving my new scissors. It's a very happy Christmas day when I got these. Okay, and then we're just going to put a bit of Tombow on these 4 corners to stick the box. Move that around. There we go. We are done now. Got Tombow all over my fingers now. Right. I'll just fold that up, meet the 2 edges, hold it for a sec. Do the same. Get rid of that bit. Fold these in there as I fold down. Glue that there. And glue that there. And then I'm just going to take my bung folder and give it a burnish. Hold it in place. There we go. So I'm going to go and do exactly the same with the base, and then I'll come back to you to decorate. So there we have it. I've done the lid and the base exactly the same way. Now I'm going to decorate it, and I'm going to be using this beautiful Bundle of Love Speciality DSP, which has got the Very Vanilla and the gold, and I'm going to cut it It's 4 by 4 on the top, so I shall be cutting it at 1/4 of an inch smaller. So I shall be cutting it at 3 3/4. So we're just going to glue those on. This cardstock DSP is slightly thicker than our normal DSP, and it's beautifully foiled. Now, you could of course mat it on foiling, which was something I thought about. And then didn't do. Sometimes I have these thoughts and then I don't do it. I'll stick that on the side so it's going in the same direction as the top. So we want another one going that way. And I'm just going to eyeball that to be about the middle. Punch it out and do the same on the other side. Eyeball it to the middle. There we have it. And then that fits beautifully on top. And then currently on the clearance rack you can get this beautiful satin ribbon. We've got gold and we've got silver, and I bought the gold, and I think that will make an absolutely beautiful addition to this box. So I'm just going to tie a nice bow around this box, keeping the ribbon on the reel to cut down on wastage. This is where I faff until I'm happy. And there. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping for a nice sentiment. So to make the greeting, I'm going to use Labels of Love. I'm going to use the outline, and I'm going to do Celebrate a Wonderful Year, because this is going to be a bit of a new year present. So bit of Versamark, and before I do that I'm going to use my embossing buddy to make sure we don't get any problems with the powder sticking where I don't want it to stick. So that's my outline, and then I've got Celebrate the New Year, and I'm just gonna eyeball that in the middle. Yep, that'll do. There is a bit on there that I don't want, but I shall knock it off when I put the powder on. So sprinkle our gold embossing powder over this. Super. Actually, that looks like a little flick of the pen. I quite like it. you may not know what I'm talking about, but you can either knock that off with a brush, or you could leave it on. I'm actually going to knock it off with a brush. That's fine. And then with my heat gun, I'm going to melt that. So you might want to turn the volume down. And watch for the magic. Now, if you want to demonstrate why you would use an embossing buddy, that's why. That was take one, and there's lots and lots of powder that got stuck to the page, and then that's what happens when you use an embossing buddy. It's just beautiful. Okay, I maybe did that a little bit higher than I would ordinarily like, but it's okay. I think it's okay. I might put some gems on there. Right. Then using the coordinating punch, I am gonna punch that out. So I've got a nice little label to go on my box. Just stick that under there, like so. And that's a very pretty box, I think. Very elegant, very nice, beautiful paper, lovely ribbon, going cheap on the clearance rack. So why not pop over to my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com, click on my shop, grab yourself some bargains whilst they're still there. So that's lovely, but I decided to step it up a bit and make it a little bit more wow. So made another box in exactly the same way. But what I'm going to do is mat the DSP onto our gold foiled card, just to give it a little extra wow and make that beautiful paper pop. So what I've done is I've cut out of our gold foil card, I've cut this at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the side bits are 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then the mat is 1/4 inch smaller, so that is 3.5 by 3.5, and then this is 3.5 by 1.5, and then I'm just going to stick those together and stick them on the box. I just thought this would make it look a little bit more luxurious, and give it a little bit more of a wow. So we've got an 1/8 of an inch, because it's 1/4 of an inch smaller, so that gives us an 1/8 border all the way around. I'll leave that to dry a bit. To put a block on there, hold that in place. I'll stick the sides on. Got a little bit of oozing there. We didn't especially want that. Got a little bit of a off there, wipe it off. Okay, I shall continue to do that and come back to you. So I've glued 3 of the mats down, so I've just got the last one to do and the top, so I'm just running a bit of Tombow around the edges, not right up to the edge because it does tend to ooze, and I don't want it to ooze all over the edge of the box. And then I'll do the same at the top. I'm going to go around the edges, because this is a bit of a bigger space. I'm going to go down the middle of it. And stick that on the top. Like so. I'm going to take the top off now because I've got to make some thumb holes. I'm just going to give that a bit of a rub on the inside to make sure that those mats have really adhered well. And the same on the top. And then I'm taking my 1 3/8 circle punch, and I am finding the center point and keeping it straight. It's going through quite a lot of cardstock. It's going through extra thick, very vanilla. It's going through gold foil, and then it's going through a slightly thicker than normal DSP. So as you can see, it is managing, but it is struggling a tad. Okay, so that fits on nicely, and we've got our thumb hole for picking it off. And so as before, I'm taking our lovely gold ribbon, and I think, as you can see, that does give it a little bit of extra luxury, having that gold foil underneath. I think I need a little bit more. This ribbon is beautiful. I say it's on clearance, worth stocking up on, especially if you were looking at doing some wedding favours. You could scale this box down a little bit, make my smaller box, the 2x2, use some of this ribbon on it. Beautiful wedding favours, absolutely stunning. Make that a bit smaller. And then cut that up. There we go. Lovely ribbon, beautiful box, and you can do a little sentiment like that one to go on the top like that. And I think you'll agree that it does look, both of them look beautiful, but that little bit of extras goes from nice to wow, doesn't it? Okay, hope you like that. All the details will be over on my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com. Hope you like it. See you again soon.